Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, where today we are going to be taking on the most difficult invasion in the game. However, that does come with a caveat. So you will notice here that we have switched up our build a little bit, and the interesting thing about the Brionac is beyond the fact that it does have the highest drain rating in the game, the interesting part about it is that if we stack up with Steady Bulwark and Guard Booster, we are able to have some pretty significant defenses here for blocking. As you can see here, we're at 76, and if we go for the fortified version, then we get up to 84, which is pretty decent, all things considered, when it is related to the fact that at this point here we are at 58, which is pretty weak. And here we're at 63, so those are pretty weak defenses values on blocking. However, when you are blocking against like the big ladies or something, getting that nice 76 defense value, that is pretty significant, all things considered. And here for this invasion, yes, it is a very, very difficult invasion. However, it does come with a very interesting caveat in the fact that it can be seriously mitigated, all things considered, and it's pretty interesting how that's super possible, because of the fact that just because of the fact of how this entire setup goes. So we will have to see here if we can if we can actually do this invasion, and I will show you the caveat to it, but this is an exceptional difficult invasion, and so here we go. So wish me luck, and we will see just how we can do. Okay, and the monkey messed us up there. Okay, we're stuck. Alright, and let's go ahead and heal. We're dead. Oh, somehow we missed. Okay, heal again. Okay, I would like to get the monkey here. Oh, we're dead. Yep. Okay, so then there's the monkey. Because the monkey hit us with his little bolt thingy, we were not able, we got 3 tapped, which is pretty amazing that we were actually able to survive that, because of how the invasion began. So we will have to make an attempt here to see if we can single out some of the enemies, but this becomes super difficult here along the way, just because of the fact that you have the extra enemy there along the way, and that can be very, very difficult to develop some kind of attack method to engage the enemies at will here. Okay. Alright, now this is going to be interesting because we will have to listen for the audio cue if she is indeed going to teleport, because who knows when she will do the teleport, if she does in fact. So very interesting there to see what will happen. Alright. Now let's do this first. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened? Everything went black. That was weird. Okay. Okay, that is big damage there. Okay, let's get some damage there. Let's go for some damage here. Whoops. Whoops, and we're dead. Okay, I don't know what happened, but my monitor just like blacked out. That was so weird. Twice there, actually. Okay, I think we're back. That's okay. Technical difficulties are part of running the PC version of the game. Depending on how you click the buttons and everything, certain weird things can happen. Okay, so as you see, we do have some good gifts here that we have along for the ride. The problem coming from the fact that whoops, The problem coming from the fact that we have very, very much single target. Whoops. Oh wow, we are dead. Okay, rip Haze. The ability here that we have going is that we have one single target and kind of two single target damage gifts, and then we have one AoE, whereas Homing Hellfire is kind of a single target damage, while at the same time it can also be multi-target AoE kind of damage. However, it is not guaranteed that it is AoE. It just has to be procced in the appropriate way, and then it will be taken care of. Whoops, that was... And the delay there is such that you cannot get a defensive parry off because of how the timing goes for the enemy's attack. So kind of unfortunate there. Okay, can't see. Okay, we'll just launch her and get rid of her. Now, unfortunately, we are already using up 4 of our healings. It doesn't really matter because we have to pretty much do this invasion without being hit because of just how difficult it is, and the amount of time in between each of the attacks is very, very short and very, very difficult. So we'll go for some backstabs here. Now, backstabs are not our bread and butter here for our attacks and such. We need to be doing these kinds of regular attacks here with our Brionac. So that is what we need to be going for. Okay. Oh boy, we're dead. Yep. Every time you get in touch with one of these enemies here and you don't have Ichor, we need some way to siphon them off one at a time, and that is very, very, very difficult to do when you can get hit once or twice, and especially since you have these 2 enemies here to go across before you get to the invasion. So this invasion is exceptionally tough to do alone because all the enemies are running after you all the time. There is no relief from aggro here, and so you have to do the entire invasion very, very, very much on your own in a very, very difficult sort of way. Okay, and if we can get this fine specimen to fall off the edge just like that, then hopefully she won't teleport. As you can see there on the map, she's standing at the ladder just waiting for us to re-engage in some distance to her, but we will not. Okay, and we'll go for a drain booster this time just to have it. Okay, so now this enemy, if we can make sure that we take her out first, then that will help us, because 4-on-1 here at this moment is very, very difficult. Okay, that might kill her. I'm not exactly sure. Nope, it doesn't look like it. Okay, now backstabs are very dangerous here just because of the fact that and parries as well, just because it gives them the ability to run up on us and do things like that. As you can see there, we couldn't even see what was going on, and so it's important here that we it's important that we try and pair them off here as much as we can. Okay, good. Okay, please go. Okay. Well, the peanut gallery has distracted. Okay, and so at this point, as you can see, the ability here to actually engage each enemy at a time can be exceptionally difficult. Oh, and even doing these enemies can be hard just running up to. As you can see, we lost 900 HP just on the run up here. But we do have a ton of damage possible if we can actually get up on the enemy and go for our parries and such. However, the problem with that, as you can see, is obviously, whoops, obviously it is the fact of high risk, high reward kind of play, because we don't have the ability to survive very much along the way. So we will go ahead and heal up all the way, and let's give it another go here. Hopefully there are no more peanut gallery distractions from the crowd here, and hopefully we can get through the invasion. Okay, so the first things first is get rid of this enemy here as much as possible before the enemies start ganging up on us. So it is, whoops, yep, and there's the stagger attack that when they both attack, whoops, and we have no Ichor now. Okay, and we have to be exceptionally far away from these enemies. Whoa, okay. Oh boy. Okay, and let's go for homing hellfire there. Okay, let's heal. Okay, good. That will give us at least some kind of iframes here, maybe, unless they perfectly engage. Okay. Alright, let's go for this lady. Okay, well, I thought I had the attack from the one behind, but I did not. Our parry was just offset ever so slightly, and as you can tell, 4 versus 1 is exceptionally tough to do, just because of the fact that we are unable to actually kill an enemy outright as we go along. Even though we have Swift Destruction and Sharpened Fangs, our parries are great and they do some very, very good damage. However, the reality is that we don't have enough damage to kill enemies in one attack outright, and so it makes for a very, very difficult encounter here along the way, just because of the fact that we are unable to engage the enemy how we would very much like to in a single one-on-one kind of engagement style. However, that's not possible during the invasion, because as you can see, we do fairly okay if we are one-on-oneing every enemy that comes along. However, the reality is that we're not built in such a way that we can kill enemies quickly and simply here along the way. So we'll take as much damage here as we can, then go for a backstab, and that'll give us enough time to get away from here. Okay, and we'll see here just how we can do. Okay, good, that was some good damage there. Good. Okay, that should deal some kind of damage there. Okay, great. Let's go for a parry on this one and then run as fast as we can, so this stupid monkey does not engage us here. Ouch. Okay. And oh boy, monkey, yep, monkey messed us up. And that is where the monkeys are absolutely horrible, is that one little hit from the monkey. I know you didn't hear it and you couldn't hear the actual attack happen. However, that is very, very dangerous when the monkeys attack you, because of the fact that it doesn't stagger you enough to stop you. However, it will interrupt whatever action you were taking. There is no way to, there's no way to recover that animation. And so because of that, the monkey interrupts and destroys you because there are other enemies attacking you simultaneously at exactly the same time that the monkey is attacking you. So it makes for a very, very awful kind of engagement encounter because of, whoops, because of the fact of how the monkeys kind of have like no balance damage, but their attacks are enough to interrupt your animations. So it's very, very unfortunate in that regard. Okay, so now we are very, very much in a bad way here. I know we're not blocking a lot, but that is because we do need to do a lot of attacks here, as well as a lot of damage, which yep, there is the perfect interrupt animations. Okay. Okay, let's go for a launch here. Just get some of that sweet Ichor back. Oh, whoops. And we're dead. I did not see that third enemy there. So yeah, fighting 4 enemies can be very, 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 very problematic, all things considered. However, there is a way to kill that 4th enemy before you actually engage with the invasion. And as you can see, I'm not throwing for this. I know you guys might think that, but it is just literally that difficult to run this invasion with this kind of a setup here. There's no real setup that actually makes it super simple because of Final Journey being, whoops, and now we're dead, from these 2 enemies, because again, we just don't have the damage possible to actually make this out to, you know, severe levels of punishment for the enemy. Because this build, even though it does have pretty decent damage, I mean, we're doing between 6,000 and 7,000 damage per gift along the way here, so it's not like we don't have that much damage that we are not doing along the way here. However, the fact is we need at least a minimum of 15,000 against every enemy here, and since we do not have at least 15,000 on an attack, we are severely hampered in our abilities here, and so we have to severely make some pretty quick decision calls along the way here to make sure that we are appropriately engaging each enemy along the way. And as you can see, it doesn't really matter what we do. Our weapon does not have the damage, but it does have the Ichor recovery. So now for this engagement with this enemy, what you can do is you can wait for it to come around the corner. Do not approach the threshold by any means, as that will start the invasion. Okay, and as soon as you can lock on, go ahead and start the attacks. And then that will draw this enemy out. Okay, and then you can freely go for the kill here. Okay, and this will allow us to enter the invasion freely without that enemy being present, which will help us super considerably here. And so as soon as the enemies spawn in, we can go for whatever enemy we wish here to get ourselves appropriately in the advantage here, if we can actually see what's going on. Okay. Alright, and so now we will, whoops, okay. We'll go for some parries here, get some damage off, and then we will be on our way here. Okay. Oh boy, I hear a monkey, so that is horrible. Monkey must go. Okay. Good. And hopefully monkey is dead, and unfortunately I can't parry there. Okay, let's back up and go for a little bit of heals here. Okay, let's go for some damage there. Alright, I hear another monkey. So that is exceptionally bad. Wherever that monkey is, we will have to find it and kill it quickly. Oh boy, we're dead. Okay, we're dead. Yep. Okay, stupid monkey again. Those are the most foiling plans, enemies in the entire game. They foil every single plan you can possibly think of. Okay, so now that we've seen just some of that, I'll show you the simple way to dispatch of this invasion, and it is a little bit of a manipulation of the AI and everything. However, the fact is that, you know, if you do get stuck on this invasion, you know, because... Oh, yep. Man, I just love the stagger potential of the enemies here. They are perfectly timed out, that if you don't have the appropriate balance, they will kill you. It is a guarantee because of the amount of damage they do here at max difficulty, as well as the perfectly timed staggers into perfectly timed attacks. So you might wonder why the enemy's attacks are are staggered out. As you can see there is not enough frame time for you to actually get a parry off, depending on how the attack animations go. So it is in your best interest to just dodge out of the way because of how the parry timings are stacked against you. And this is even for the Ogre Veil here, which has a very, very fast cast time for the parry timing, and so it is not in our best interest to engage beyond that kind of endeavor. Okay, so now all we have to do, first thing you want to do is run around the corner here first. So we'll go ahead and heal just to make sure that we're healed up perfectly. Run around the corner, run down the hallway, dispatch this enemy first, and make sure that it is out of your way altogether. Now there is a little bit of a problem with this invasion, and so now the way is clear and you want to run to that opening, fall down, move to the right. And so I will show you here exactly why that is, because as the enemies for the invasion chase you, they do have the ability to teleport up and down ladders and stairs and things. So now as that is going, they do have, though, the animation to, oh geez, monkeys, they do have the ability to teleport up the ladder, and so they will follow you, and they will continue to follow you. And so if you're having problems with this invasion, this is the definitive way to take care of it, and then run around the edge here till you're to this opening, and you can see the enemy AIs not exactly cut out for going down the ladder. However, they can teleport up, and they teleport up the ladders, no problem, and they continue to run, but they get to the ladder and they don't know how to climb down. And so they will just continue to run off the edge and kill themselves one by one at a time, sometimes two at a time. However, we do need to get our abilities up here just to make sure that we can take care of these enemies. However, there is a size difference for the last enemies. As you can see, these enemies are still running, and they are you can see their legs moving and everything as they go off the edge. However, the reality is as soon as the last enemy, the Golden Warrior, comes off, there it goes two at a time, when she comes over, she will fall down and catch the edge of the ledge. So we want to have enough damage and enough gifts that we can destroy her as soon as she arrives down. So this one, as you can see, it catches the edge immediately. Oh, and if you get a backstab and force her off the edge, she can fall off and die. So very, very good there. So as we head on here, you can understand just how difficult that invasion is. However, that is the way that you can deal with it. If you are having problems with it and you're doing it solo, that is the way to make sure that you can deal with whoops, we missed each other somehow. You can deal with that invasion in a solo manner, and that can be a great way to go about engaging that that invasion, no problem. And you can go for some good HP there, some good damage. If you have lifesteal, it's a great way to load up on HP because there's about 15 enemies or so, or 12 enemies, something like that, 13 enemies. And you can load up there, no problem, along the way. So it's a great way to abuse the AI of the game to make sure that you are taking advantage of everything that is in front of you. So after we open the shoddy key area, we will call it good here at the next missile, because we will be... Oh, here she is. I did not realize that she was right there. Let's get our gifts going here. And I do want to show off our defensive abilities here. Okay, let's go ahead and get a guard booster going. Okay, now let's block. As you can see, we do lose a little bit of health there. Lost about 900 health. But the reality is that we would have been killed instantaneously if we would have gone for anything else. And so blocking does definitely help you considerably. Even though the Brionac is pretty horrible at blocking, that is not its strong suit by any means, and unfortunately we still do take quite a significant amount of damage. However, it's not as much damage obviously as we would be taking if we were getting hit by all of those, because those three or four slashes that we took there absolutely would have shredded us big time. And so it's good that we have the ability to actually survive if we need to during some of these encounters. Oh, whoops, we got a backstab. I was hoping that the homing hellfire would wander over here and help us out, but that did not happen to be the case. Okay, now we can go for this enemy first, because it is the most advantageous, I was going to say, but we missed the parry timing, obviously, and we paid for it with our life. Okay. So from here on, we will start up tomorrow, right here, and that was a little bit about the invasion. It is exceptionally difficult to run solo. However, if you are not in the business of being able to actually complete it, I can complete it, just not with this build right here, right now. But this is a pretty good build for soloing each individual enemy that you come across. However, it is very lacking when you are ganged up by 4 enemies all at once. So keep that in mind. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for the ending of the cathedral. Sorry we split it into so many parts, but there's so much here to talk about with how the cathedral is split up into these different areas, into the three different areas. The first, second, and third areas of the cathedral, that I think it deserves splitting it into 4, just to talk about this invasion here, because this is the most difficult one in the entire game to solo, because you have to fight 4 enemies and eventually 3 enemies all at once, and the monkeys and the ichor requirements and everything are so impressively high that it is very difficult to make anything out of this. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.